Excuse me while I invalidate the category. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed that, because you're going to get to see it again. 100% muscle memory is too strong. You could, but for AL low, you don't need to do the Wonk Evader, so I don't know why that would matter. You don't do the pillars in AL low, because you're doing challenge. I was thinking about something. About keep, and I don't remember what it was. It's too bad. No, maybe I was thinking about desert. Anyways, yeah, you can skip. Oh, yeah, we knew that the desert latches weren't perfect a long time ago. It ends at the end of challenge, just like all lasers. We knew that desert wasn't perfect, and so we'd found that you could solve. We were like, oh, maybe if you open one of the two latches, you'll be able to solve. But when the latch opens, it actually still covers the angle that lets you go past the other latch. So it's not quite perfect. I'm going to try and get this strat without adjusting my sensitivity, because that would be good and would save me a bunch of time. And then I'm going to try and remember not to do keep purple, because keep purple is not in the route and is an extra panel, and this is low percent. Low percent is about not solving extra panels. I think I'm going to try and finish this run no matter what, and then I'm going to go make some dinner, because food is really important. And I'll start the upload on when I do that. I love that the next split is just laser. Screw everything else. We're just going to go get the laser. Booyah! Time save. It looks so wrong. I'm sorry. It's great, I love it, but it looks so wrong. Okay. Keep is different, and then you can veg out. But don't screw up keep. Everything else is normal any percent. Just not keep. Well, monastery is a bit different, but monastery is old any percent. Intended game mechanics? Yeah. Everything's intended. Video game. Please. Please. Am I clicking in the wrong... Well, obviously I'm clicking in the wrong spot. It's not working. There we go. Low percent is now very different. That's true. Low percent is now considerably longer than any percent. I'm kind of worried about what you're clipping. I guess I'll find out later. Oh, the better lineup. Yeah. I mean, I'm probably going to make a video, if Reaver doesn't, about the correct lineup. For the latch skip, yeah. I was picturing I'd do one for the setup I had, but if that's not necessary, then we should not do it. I think technically the setup I have is faster, but you have to be really fast at the lineup, and that's hard. Yeah, all the all lasers categories always include challenge. That's true of things like randomizer as well. Ah, yes, never. That's never happened. AL low is hard percent. AL low is just like, we want to put as many snipes into the category as we can. It's not anything specific. But it's a good... It encouraged a lot of interesting routing. It was something that was talked about a little bit in 2018. But 2019 was when that really started to see runs, I think. Or maybe I'm thinking 17, 18. Snipes are fun, except some of them are terrible. Like, I don't know if you've seen or done the mountaintop to redirect snipe, but I promise you that there are snipes in this game that are really challenging. And that one's in a main category. I'm still upset that it's fast. It's cool, but it's so brutal. No one even has a run with it yet. Actually, I think I do. I think my 100% has mountaintop in the route. No, from the top of the mountaintop, you can solve the town redirect in such a way that it points to the mountaintop. So you can solve, on your first visit to town, you solve the redirect so that it points to Thundercloud. Because the Thundercloud EP is one of the most awkward ones in 100% routing. Except for the boat EPs, but you obviously handle the boat EPs together. So then you do Thundercloud at a convenient moment, like when you're near Swamp, and it doesn't cost basically any time. And then when you get to Mountaintop and you do 11 laser, you redirect the redirect. But it's very precise, and it's very far, and it takes time. Yeah, try it. You mean read the guide. I recommend, if you're going to try that, using the trainer, so that you can zoom in at least. Because this lineup is very precise. Actually, zooming in won't even help, because the panel's de-rendered. Well, I don't know what to say. I'll just say that I recommend not doing it. Okay, I'm supposed to get that solved here, where it's not terrible. There we go. Out of the bush, please. I'm so excited to lose all of the time at the end of this run. It's like 2 minutes to leave the mountain. This is so terrible. But this gets us to 111, right? -4 plus 2. Doesn't matter fewer panels. Yeah, exactly. But, oh, it's horrible. I somehow feel bad, except that I'm not going to be running this category basically ever again, so whatever. Never forget 1-on-1? Yeah. It's possible. What does that do for your EP count? I still think that would be a fun routing challenge, is beating the game with equal EPs panels. And again, if it's not possible in one run right now, then go for over 2 runs. Because I'm sure that would be possible. Pretty sure that would be possible. Because there's a lot of just sort of like out in the world EPs that you can grab. And that's only 8 to leave tutorial. And then you can get like 20 or 30 EPs to even the count. Yeah, an equal number of EPs and panels. Should I define 19 to say it wasn't possible? Makes sense. So now your limit is what, 24? You can find 24 EPs in 24 panels or less? Or I guess I don't know how many you total need. Oh no, it's you need to solve all of the EPs in 24 panels or less, and that's definitely not possible. Eclipse actually might get into that route, if it ever was possible in one run, because theater is not very expensive to get into. But I don't think Eclipse would be worth it, because it's one EP for one panel. And you want things that are better on EPs than they are on panels. Like, you need to gain, because right, by default, you're getting 111 panels and 0 EPs. And so you need to have things that gain you EPs. Well, I'm not sure it would, because you're still paying 2 panels, right? You have to get in and start it, and solve one of the video panels. No, it's 3 panels. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think you're getting more EPs than panels there. That's why I'm thinking 2 runs would be required. Because with 2 runs, I'm sure you can get a net positive, right? Like you can get more EPs.
And Rome, and North Africa, and the Sinai, the whole area.
Yeah, you get windmill EPs, but those don't require you to open the theater door. Those just require you to start it. That's what I'm saying. Window and door is 2 EPs for 2 panel solves. There's got redirect snipe. Good job. That's very hard because you get it pointing at mountain. Not that bad. All right. If you say so. You think you can get it in 30 seconds? Because that's the time limit you have where it starts being a time loss.
Burma, Southeast Asia, out over the Philippines, and up across that monstrous Pacific Ocean. Vast.
Doing it at speed is really hard.
You've never realized how big that is.
2 for windmill EPs, then 2 for 2 theater EPs. Is it 2 for 2 theater EPs? You sure it's not 3? Don't you pay for the input panel and the? Oh no, I see. It's the input panel. It doesn't actually count as a solve. You're saying the input panel only counts as a solve when you solve a particular video. Oh, I think you should run 100%, because that is a serious strat in 100%. But there's way more to this game than just the snipes. They are cool, but a lot of this game is about consistent play throughout the rest of it. Fortunately or unfortunately. I think fortunately. I think if this game was just snipes, no one would run it.
And you do it again and again and again. And
I remembered the solution to green too. I have no idea what the solution was.
And then you identify with Los Angeles,
but it saved me 20 seconds, so...
everything. And the next thing you recognize in yourself is you're identifying with North Africa. You look forward to that. You anticipate it. And there it is. That whole process begins to shift of what it is you identify with.
I'm wondering... No, this audio log definitely will not be done before end of game. But it's going to be a lot further than it usually is. Like, nobody runs ALO? Exactly. That's why it's a MISC, or an extension category, not a mainboard category. It doesn't have, like, 10 runners. Has 4? 3? I think I technically have done a run once, because we did a race of it one day, but...
you can't see. From where you see it, the thing is a whole. And it's so beautiful. And you wish you could take one from each side in hand and say, look at it from this perspective. Look at that. What's important? And so a little later
low percent path. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So there's some number of EPs you're getting for free. And then you have to find ones that help equal the gap. I remember each panel. Well, I've been running this game for 5 years? 5 years. I have a little bit of practice under my belt. That's why I remember them even though I haven't played for basically all of 2020.
Infinite universe really comes through.
We'll be back here later. Oh, I forgot 2 splits for the mountain elevator. Alright, whatever. I'll add them before I upload the splits.
That you can block it out with your thumb. And you realize that on that small spot, that
I was
little
pretty sure I
blue
forgot
and
something.
white thing is everything
Anything
that means
anything
anything
to you.
All of history and music and poetry and art and war and death and birth and love, tears, joy, games, all of it is on that little spot out there.
Well, you can actually get the other.
And you realize that
You can get the other bridge EP,
that
right?
you've changed.
You can get
That there's something new there.
the
That
orange
relationship
light
is no
bridge EP
longer
because it
what
doesn't
it
cost more
was.
panels.
And
Well,
then you look
spoilers.
back on the time when you were
This is the end of the
outside on
game.
that EVA, and those few moments that you had the
Also, we're
time
talking about
because
secrets,
the camera
so.
malfunctioned, that you had the time to think about what was
That
happening. And you recall
ooh,
staring out
has to be
there
this
at
way.
the spectacle that went before your eyes. Because now, you're no longer inside something with a
My
window
mountain
looking out
in
at a
the
picture.
114
Now
one
you're
was
out
actually
there,
pretty good
and what
because
you've
I
got around
beat
your
Goldfish
head is a
Bowl.
goldfish bowl, and there are
I did
no
also
limits
pause.
here.
That might have done weird things to the audio.
There are no frames.
Up,
There are no
please.
boundaries. You're really out there.
All right, so
Over
now
there, floating, going 25,000
instead of going to the other
miles
set of
per hour,
pillars,
ripping through
we're gonna
space,
take a
vacuum,
nice walk.
and there's not a sound.
It's
There's a
it's gonna be a while,
silence,
folks,
the depth of which
because we're
you've
climbing
never
all the way out of
experienced
mountain.
before. And that silence contrasts so markedly with the scenery and the speed at which you know you're going. That contrast, the mix of those two things, really comes through. And you think about what you're experiencing and
Beating
why
the audio log 2.0. This one's gonna be
you deserve
hard.
this.
This audio log's long. It's not that long.
Fantastic experience. Have you earned this in some way? Are you
Not that
separated
long.
out to be touched by God, to have some special experience here that other men cannot have? You know the answer to that is no. There's nothing that you've done that deserves that earned that. It's not a special thing for you. You know very well at that moment, and it comes.
Fortunately, we are on current patch, so climbing out of the mountain is not horrendously slow.
You look down and see
Because
the
climbing
surface of
up
that
things
globe
used to
that
be
you've lived
so
on all this
horrible.
time, and you know all those people down there. They are like you. They
I think
are
this
you.
is the first category I've
And
ever been in that
somehow you
climbed out of
represent
mountain.
them when
Because
you
almost
look
every
back.
other category that needs to leave
A
does
sensing
all the
element,
lasers.
that point out on the end. And that's a humbling feeling. It's a feeling that says you have a responsibility. It's not for yourself. The eye that doesn't see does not do justice to the body. That's
Yeah,
why
I'm not beating this audio log.
That's why you're
This is
out there.
way too
And
long.
somehow you recognize that you're a piece of
Way
this
too
whole
long.
life.
It's like a
You're out
2-minute
on that
to
forefront,
3-minute
and you
walk
have
there
to
and back, and the audio log's only
back somehow.
7.5.
And that
And my
becomes a
mountain's
rather
not a minute and a
special
half. My mountain's like
responsibility.
4 minutes.
It tells you something about your
good, but
relationship
it's not
with this thing
that
we
short.
call life. And when you come back, there's a difference in that world now. There's a difference in that relationship between you and that planet. And you and all those other forms of life. On
Yeah, I
that
can beat
planet.
it to the boat. I
Because
can
you've
maybe
had
beat it to the
that kind of
Wonkavator.
experience.
But I definitely can't beat
It's a
it through the...
difference, and it's so precious. And
All through this,
I've used the word you
because it's not me.
It's not Dave Scott. It's not Dick Gordon, John Conrad, John Glenn. It's you. It's us.
Us.
It's we.
It's...
It's life.
I guess you could get the audio log on your way out of
Had
the
that
mountain.
experience. And
But
it's
that's not
just
really much
my
of a
problem to integrate.
race.
It's not my challenge.
I'm gonna
to
get a bit
integrate,
closer
my
than I
joy
need
to
to.
integrate. It's yours. It's everybody's.
Because, like, I could probably start solving it around here.
Russell Schweikart, 1975.
Can I? Gib. No, okay. Gonna keep going. Oh, shut up. No, 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 no. I need... Okay. So we open the doors. And then we close the doors. And then we go back. Get the boat audio log? Oh, you're right, I can. This one's pretty short. No! I missed it. Sorry. Can't solve through the back? No, I don't think you can. That would be worth checking. Wasting time for memes. What do you mean memes? This is a main board category. You'll have to. A ship owner was about to set to sea. And on his way, he found an emigrant ship. The ship did not respond. I don't remember. It's about a boat being empty. You definitely have time to grab it. Oh, the audio log. No, I'm not going to turn back around. That one's on shipwreck? Right, sorry. A ship owner is about to set sea is on shipwreck. Because that one's about, although his not ship was well prepared first. Yeah, I was already at the elevator, but there's 4 more panels to solve the right-hand set of pillars. Boat to town count as a separate panel. Does not count as a separate panel. It is just for splits. The boat map only counts once. So there's 4 more pillars on the right-hand side of the bottom floor, which you're supposed to solve to beat the game. But you can actually activate the elevator once it's risen. And this category, which is called low percent, is about beating the game with the fewest total number of panels. And, well, it's only 2 panels to start the boat. 1 for the boat map, which is what we were just talking about. Sending the boat to a location is 1 panel, but sending it back to another location doesn't cost another panel solve. It's the same panel. And similarly, the boat speed panel counts. So it's only 2 panels. But now I'm paying 2 panels instead of 4. So I'm saving over solving the right-hand pillars. Even though I'm losing a lot of minutes, it is, in fact, faster. Yeah, these splits right now are every panel solve, not every counted solve. And I'm actually missing 2 for the mountain elevator that I didn't think of. Okay, so which one is that? It is about the boat, about the Gangaji one about if a boat is empty. I just don't remember the actual quote. You do have to use the boat speed panel. It gets counted as a solve when you summon the boat. Whenever you summon the boat, you always pay for that panel. A star at dawn, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God.